a heavy suitcase being dragged down a hallway. Security cameras record everything. Inside, a 22-year-old woman, still alive. Jasmine Pace trusted the wrong person. And when she disappeared, the police told the family she's an adult. Adults have the right to disappear. But one mother didn't accept that answer. And what she discovered exposed one of the most brutal crimes you'll ever hear about. This story isn't just about a murder. It's about what happens when the system fails, and one mother decides not to fail her own daughter. Jasmine Pace was 22 years old. She was a college student in Nashville, Tennessee. She had simple plans: finish college, work. She was close to her family, especially her mother.
Is that bag for me?
Mm-hmm.
That bag right there is for me?
Mm-hmm. What does the bag say?
She let them know where she was, answered messages, and kept in constant contact. She wasn't someone who simply disappeared. In 2022, Jasmine met Jason Chen through the Bumble app. What started as a date evolved into a relationship. Jason wasn't a one-night stand. He was her boyfriend. They spent time together. She frequented his apartment. There was trust. And it was precisely in that place where she felt safe that everything ended. On the night of November 22, 2022, Jasmine was last seen. She was in Jason's apartment. Her last messages with her family were normal, affectionate, routine. But after that, no calls, no messages, no social media activity. And then, sometime in the early morning, Jasmine sent something unusual. A location, a simple pin drop. No context, no message, just coordinates. At that moment, nobody noticed, but that point on the map would be Jasmine's last communication with the world, a silent cry for help. When Jasmine's phone went silent for days, the family panicked. They contacted the police, and they heard something they should never have heard. She's an adult. Adults have the right to disappear. For the law, there were no clear signs of a crime. Jasmine could have simply decided to disappear. For a mother who knew her daughter's every habit, this made no sense. And that's when the family decided. If the police weren't going to look, they would. Jasmine's mother became a detective. She started putting the pieces together. Cell phone tracking, car movements, last known locations, conversations with friends. Everything pointed to one thing: Jason Chen. When they tried to talk to him, something was wrong. Vague answers, contradictions on his timeline, complete lack of urgency, no genuine concern. He didn't seem like a desperate boyfriend looking for his girlfriend. He seemed like someone with something to hide. The family went to Jason's apartment. There, they found Jasmine's belongings, clothes, personal items. But Jasmine wasn't there. That's when the family's pressure forced the police to act. When they officially entered the apartment, the scene changed completely. Traces of blood on the walls, excessive use of cleaning products, intense chemical smell, clear signs of an attempt to erase something. From that moment on, it was no longer a disappearance, it was a crime scene. Security camera footage from near the building revealed a disturbing sequence. Jason Chen was filmed on the night of the disappearance, dragging a large, heavy suitcase, struggling with the weight to put it in the trunk, looking around nervously, leaving the scene in a hurry. The suitcase was closed, but the weight said it all. and subsequent forensic analysis would confirm the worst. Jasmine was alive when she was placed there. Days later, on the banks of the Tennessee River, the suitcase was found. Inside it was Jasmine Pace. The autopsy revealed devastating details. She had been stabbed multiple times. She was handcuffed at the wrists. According to the forensic analysis, she was still conscious when she was placed in the suitcase. Even trying to erase physical evidence, Jason Chen forgot something. The internet never forgets. Forensic police analyzed his devices and found Google searches on how to clean blood from carpet, search history on how long it takes for a body to decompose in water, deleted messages from his cell phone recovered by forensics, GPS movements inconsistent with his version of events. Every click, every search, every attempt to cover his tracks, everything was recorded. With physical and digital evidence, as well as security footage, Jason Chen was arrested. He was charged with first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, and concealment of evidence. The man who claimed to love Jasmine was exposed as the one responsible for her brutal death. During the trial, the defense attempted a desperate strategy. They claimed self-defense. According to Jason, Jasmine attacked him first. He only reacted. But the facts destroyed this narrative. Self-defense doesn't explain dozens of stab wounds, handcuffs on the victim's wrists, meticulous cleaning of the crime scene, placing the body in a suitcase, transporting it to a river, disposing of it as trash. None of this is reaction. All of this is premeditation. The prosecution presented security cameras, digital evidence, forensic evidence, family testimony, and the defense had no counterarguments.
You've got last known location, you have a large amount of blood, you have locations where the body's dumped that are connected to this man, you have a body that is packaged like something from Amazon.
After deliberation, the jury returned with the verdict: guilty of first-degree murder. The sentence was clear and definitive: life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Jason Chen will never see the light of day outside of prison again.
With your 15, if you could stand and read the verdict. Chen, stand with your term. Start with respect to.
With respect to count 1 of presentment 315228, we, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Chen, guilty of first-degree premeditated murder.
This is an emotional verdict. Everyone needs to maintain decorum, please. All right, rest of the jurors, if this is your individual verdict, please so indicate by raising your right hand. Record should reflect that everyone's right hands are raised. All right, sir, read count 2.
With respect to count 2 of presentment 315228, we, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Chen, guilty of abuse of the corpse.
All right, rest of the jurors, if this is your individual verdict, please so indicate by raising your right hand. Record should reflect all right hands are raised. All right, maybe seated, sir. Maybe seated, Mr.
After the trial, Jasmine's friends began to speak up. There were signs, small ones, easy to ignore. Jason was possessive. He got upset when she went out with friends. He checked her phone frequently. He made jokes about her never being able to leave him. Nothing obvious, nothing that screamed danger. But looking back, it all made sense. And that's why we need to talk about it. Controlling behavior is not love. Excessive jealousy is not protection. Isolation disguised as attention is not care. These are warning signs. This case could have ended differently. Not for Jasmine, her fate was already written that night, but for justice. If the mother had accepted the silence, if she had believed that her daughter simply disappeared, if she had given up when the police said she's an adult, Jason Chen would be free today. Jasmine Pace couldn't fight for herself, but there was someone who never stopped fighting for her. And that's why this story needs to be told. Because when the system fails, sometimes all that remains is the love of a mother who refuses to give up. If you know someone who has disappeared or is in a troubling relationship, don't accept the silence. Don't accept excuses. Insist. Someone's life may depend on it. History isn't just made of dates, but of people, choices, and echoes that span centuries. If this story touched you, then you are part of this journey too. Leave a like, comment on what surprised you most, and subscribe to the channel to continue traveling with me through the chapters that time almost erased. Here, each video is a window, each story a legacy, and each viewer someone who keeps the past alive. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode, where time starts breathing again.